He's the second ever Olympic gold medalist in a sport that is famous all around the world and beloved by people everywhere and will be forever. Ladies and gentlemen, Olympic gold medalist in the sport of golf, number 4 overall in the world, ladies and gentlemen, Xander Schauffele.
Yeah!
Woo! What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Hey, what are your thoughts on Barcelona? Are you a big soccer guy? You know, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's...
You guys seem to have all the bases covered.
Well, you're going to learn here quickly that we do not, but we do appreciate you coming in and trying to figure out our show a little bit better and make it better. But we're not a big golf show, okay? We all love to golf. Mm-hmm. We absolutely love golf, not a big golf show. Whenever we got a chance to watch, obviously, golf at the Olympics, and it was on the Golf Channel, was one of the easiest sports to watch of the entire Olympics, which I think everybody loved. Was that course set up for people to attack? What was the golf like over there? Was it different than most courses you play on? Was there what were any of the alternates that you had to deal with that you don't normally have to deal with, Xander?
It was pretty much the same as any course we play on. I mean, being in Japan, you typically play on sort of like narrower, tighter golf courses that are different than the U.S., but this course was sort of built for the Olympic tournament, and so for that reason, it had sort of that big championship feel. So it was sort of like a normal week for us players to be out there and to compete. Nothing too crazy.
Was it any more added pressure on you knowing that you're competing against some guys that if they win, they don't have to serve in the military in their country?
That's a great question.
Man, yeah, how brutal is that? I mean, it takes, we play for pride. Other people have different motivations, money and whatnot, but to avoid a 2-year service by winning a medal has got to be some added pressure that, I don't know what that's like, but I can imagine it was a boatload.
So if I'm standing over a 5-footer for, I don't know, $100.
Yep.
I mean, that thing is
nervous.
Could you imagine a podium putt right there with 2-year service on the other side of that? There's no chance of that ball going in that hole.
Nope.
There is no chance at all, Xander. You took the lead second day, basically, and never looked back. There was a lot of pushes. Matsuyama was coming hard there on Sunday. Was there, mentally, you've never won a major. That's obviously, everybody has to talk about that. You're still very young. But mentally, being able to hold off the world's best for an Olympic gold medal, will you fall back on that ever? Did you learn anything about yourself? Or is this just kind of like a stage in your golf game where it's like, yeah, this is what happens now?
No, it was big for me. That was the first time in my career where I actually won with a lead. So in golf terms, that's kind of a big deal. Every other win I've had was from behind, and it's much easier to chase in sport, as most of you guys know. It's easy to sort of have no pressure and nothing to lose versus having everything to lose, having a lead. So for me personally, it's a really big deal moving forward. It was the first time sort of media was starting to get a hold of me, being in the hunt and not winning. So for me to do this with the gold medal, it's kind of a big deal. So
let's go!
Yeah! Let's go, baby.
Let's go!
Yeah, for medal aside, money aside, for me personally, as like a competitor, this was a really big step forward.
I mean, it's a giant deal. Yeah, you have a gold medal now for the rest of your life, hopefully. But going back, I know when you hit the scene,
You're right here.
Yeah.
This guy.
Look at that. Hey, don't bite on that. There's some sort of
there's chemicals,
plastic. Yeah, I think Uncle COVID was in the.
Oh no!
You're not supposed to chew on those. I would never get one, but I did get told that not supposed to chew on them if we get them. The internet told me. Sorry about that. Go ahead, AJ.
I mean, there's a lot of people in pictures I've seen that may have some issues then, Pat. Everyone seems to bite them.
Well, that's why I think the memo was sent to me to potentially tell her. Yeah, and you, Xander.
I bit it. Yeah, I did. I'm screwed.
Good for you. You're still here, man. But I was saying, you came out, you were Rookie of the Year. You won twice, I think, your first year. What was it like when you step out there and you're on the big stage? You're like, man, I'm competing against guys that I've been watching on TV for years probably.
Yeah, it was it's just sort of like in any sport, you sort of watch TV and you watch your idols and the guys you kind of want to be, and to step out there and play with them as a young man was it was a really cool feeling, but it was something you had to get over because you made it to the big leagues and you're ready to sort of compete against them, and you can still idolize them, but you can't tell it to their face. You know what I mean? You got to try and get any edge you can on your competition at any point, and I quickly got over that idea. My rookie year, I was kind of in awe throughout the first part of the year, and I was going to lose my card and kind of drop down to the lower tour, and then finally I kind of hit my effort mark and just sort of started playing better and played like I had nothing to lose. And that's sort of when I racked up those 2 wins.
I want to let you know that we would allow you to say that. I'm not sure if you would, but you could have let that fly if you wanted to let it out there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the guys that you grew up watching, though, they want to bury you. They don't care. You know, like,
Right.
Is that, you have to get to that moment, right, where it's like, okay, these guys, they're very, I enjoy what they have done, but you have to get to the moment where, oh, they're trying to beat me, and I got to try to flip this. And is golf, is that a normal field? Because I've always wondered this, and we got a chance to talk to Lefty, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Cool that I can just say that and make me sound very awesome. But he was really cool, like the analytics, basically the brain side of the game. But I think Tiger introduced, like, he was maybe the most competitive guy that got into golf, if that makes sense or not, because there's so much failure, I think, in golf that there's a lot of like, good effort, good go. And then Tiger, whenever he wouldn't win, would get fucking furious about it. Like, how do you control your emotions there while being competitive, but also understanding like, hey, this is an impossible sport, basically, at all points, whenever it happens?
Yeah, I mean, we are a bunch of losers, as bad as it sounds. You know, there's only one guy wins. You know what I mean? It's just kind of cutthroat, and to sort of feel good about a top 10 or something, or the fact that there's a statistic on top 10, you know, just shows that it's hard to win. And so Tiger did bring that sort of, he wore his heart on his sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, anytime he would be upset or he'd be happy, he'd be swearing, he'd be fist pumping. And, you know, I think, you know, without him, the game wouldn't be what it is. Me personally, you know, I'm more internal. You know, golf is so weird. You know, we don't have teammates. We don't have anyone to sort of fire us up. You kind of do your own thing. And the way I deal with stuff is to be just really the fire burns internally, and I don't really show a whole lot when I'm playing. But like you said, you just want to kick everyone's ass, and that's kind of as simple as that.
How'd you get into golf?
My dad played golf. I played soccer. It's funny. I didn't play for Barcelona, but I played soccer growing up. My dad's European, so I have a pretty international background. That's sort of why I started playing it. And then I started playing golf when I was like 10 years old or 11 years old, just with my dad.
Original dream, though, to play for Barcelona?
No.
All right, man. I did read something, I think, in the Huffington Post this morning that your mom was raised in Japan. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
So the Olympics being back over there, a lot of connections for you, but weren't able to watch, right? Weren't able to watch because the spectator ban. So, I mean, it's kind of the world coming full circle. I assume your mom and family were very pumped up about it, but what was it like without the full Olympic experience? Not that you would know anything different, but was it weird at all in that entire situation?
Yeah, it was just quiet. You know what I mean? It's kind of eerie whenever you're trying to win something big. You know, if you do something great or do something poor, you hear oohs and ahs, or, you know what I mean? You can kind of get something going with the crowd. But the fact that there was no one there, it was just kind of stale air almost at times. And so, really weird. You know, fortunately, I was able to play beginning of the year with COVID on the PGA Tour with no fans, so it wasn't like a new thing for me. So I kind of just dealt with it.
Hey, who are some of your favorite guys to be paired with to play? We would obviously love to hear who you hate playing with.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't want to. We know it's tough to put that out there, but who are some of your favorite guys, maybe, and then we can try to do some math through that.
Let's see. I mean, I stayed in the house with Jordan and Justin last week. They're funny guys. Patrick Cantlay was my partner at the President's Cup. Pretty much we have a lot. I'm the class of 2011, so we have a lot of guys who are like 27, 28 years old that are on tour from my class that I enjoy playing with just because I've seen them kind of growing up.
Okay, you don't have to say who you hate, but is there people that, you know, in the clubhouse, is there little cliques or anything like that amongst the boys?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of like high school. There's always some cliques here and there. For the most part, my caddy and I, coming out, we didn't really know a lot of golfers in general. It's not really like the most popular sport growing up, so I was kind of a loner, and my first few years, I just played and practiced with my caddy and really no one else, besides a kid I grew up on the Corn Ferry Tour with. But besides that, yeah, I pretty much stayed to myself. And of course, just like any work environment, there's people that you would not want to sit down with at times in dining versus others. But I'm not going to go on and say, you know, who I dislike. I got to go see him next week. So try and keep the peace.
Hey, smart, Xander. Go beat him. You know, that'll be a big deal. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Xander, how tough was the time change? Was that something that was actually difficult that you had to get used to? And was that only for people who were flying over from America?
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, I think going over to Japan wasn't too bad. Waking up super early wasn't a big deal. So just go, wake up at 4:30 and kind of get going. The problem was coming back to Memphis after the Olympics was really hard. That was like pretty much when we were teeing off for our tournament in Memphis. It was like 1 a.m. So my brain basically felt like scrambled eggs.
Did you wear the gold medal there? Yeah.
I was trying to forget about the gold medal when I was competing the following week. You know what I mean? I didn't want to bring sand to the beach, even though it was the week prior. But
smart.
that didn't really work out. I played like shit. So maybe I should have worn it around as my armor for the week. I don't know.
Let's talk about, because earlier you mentioned it, and I just thought of it. You talked about how having a lead, keeping a lead, winning with a lead is a big deal in golf. Like there's two different ways to win. People who go and hunt, but once you actually can withstand everybody else, that's a big deal in golf, probably because golf is such a massive mental game. Night before you go to sleep on that cardboard box bed, okay? You're sleeping on that cardboard box.
I was actually in a hotel.
Oh! Good for you, dude. Smart. You're on top. That's what the leader does. Hey, that's what gold medalists do, dude. You sleep in the hotel. But anyways, hard to fall asleep night before? Final thoughts before you go to bed? Is there anything, or is it just, hey, we've been golfing, why will anything be different tomorrow?
I was okay. I was fine, honestly. I was pretty tired. I mean, it was like 105 degrees. So, I mean, just an ice bath and a quick pass out was sort of my deal there. I wasn't really thinking a whole lot. When I woke up, maybe I was a little bit nervous going through warm-ups, but it was something I've dealt with before and I've failed at before, so I figured, why waste any thought? Let's just pass out.
Oh, because people are probably already tweeting you saying, oh, Xander's going to lose this like every other time before. It's like, to hell with it. What's the worst that could happen here? That's amazing. Good for you, dude. So happy for you. Go ahead, Diggs.
Xander, you brought up your dad earlier, and he looks like an absolute legend. Kind of looks like Miguel Angel Jimenez. I just read an article. Was he doing secret beer runs at the Olympics? Was that going on?
Yeah. Now that I can say, we weren't supposed to bring in, some of the physios there at work, it was like at 8 p.m., there's a complete shutoff. And, of course, everyone staying in a hotel wasn't allowed to leave, and no one really speaks English. So I had a few physios help me out during the week, and we smuggled some beer in through my golf bag for them because they had nothing to drink. And so that made them pretty happy. But, yeah, and then finally I got kind of cocky the final round. I thought I could just walk through security with it, and I got stopped, and they took it away from me. So we got like 3 days' worth of 6-packs or 12-packs in.
Did you say physio?
Yeah, physical therapist.
Oh, geez. I did not. I'm not cool enough to know that. Did you?
I thought I was talking about TVs.
I had no idea what you're talking about. I thought it was a drink. I thought it was the beer.
No.
Oh.
I thought this guy was walking in with the physio beers just right through there.
No.
Thought we were doing a little sake bombs out there. Go ahead.
Xander, we've been playing golf like every weekend, basically since it's been nice out now. Do you even get to like play for fun anymore? Like just go out there with like a couple buddies and enjoy it? Or every time you play, are you just like, is it impossible because you do it so often?
House a couple physios.
No, I mean, it's hard for me to not play for anything. So if it's for $5 or $10, I don't really care. I need to play for something. I think that's sort of my rule now. I mean, rarely will I go out and kind of just mess around. It's got to be like even if we're playing music or just messing around, like we got to have something on the line for it to be competitive, or I just feel like I'm wasting my time.
What's next?
I leave Sunday for 3 weeks. We got the playoffs, so we're just kicking into gear here.
Hey, let's go win one, huh? Why not? Why not you, Xander? Why not?
Right.
What needs to happen for you to win, you think?
Should I just start wearing this bad boy around?
Yes!
Every first year right here?
Yes, and you're a Callaway guy? Is that who? I don't know who your sponsors are. Callaway, I think?
Callaway, Adidas.
So Adidas needs to be making a golf polo that has the
gold medal
hanging down.
Yeah, that's what you should be wearing, I think. AJ's a big Adidas guy, too. I don't know if you see him.
He can help you.
I see him repping.
That's a great point, Pat. That should be your Sunday shirt from here on out the rest of your career.
Just the gold medal right there. Absolutely. I mean,
I'll buy it. I promise you I'll buy a bunch of them.
I would, too. I mean, I need a size large out there. Are you practicing today? Do you have off days? What's the schedule?
No, I'm gonna go out there and practice today. I was gonna take more time off, but we got playoffs coming up. It's time to buckle down.
Hey, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, it's playoff time. You can take a break afterwards, ain't there? What are we working on today? Will we be in a golf cart, little music on, or are we going to the range? What does practice look like?
We're gonna go to the range. I won the gold in Japan, and I decided to come to Memphis and play like absolute shit. So I figured that's a good way to motivate myself to practice. So we'll do a little bit of. We'll probably play 9 holes. I'll definitely spend some time in the range. Boring stuff.
Yeah, man. Can you do this?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
No way. All right. You're definitely going to win, dude. That's why you win gold medals. Ladies and gentlemen, Xander Schauffele. Thanks, man. All right.
Gold medals. You don't have to say you're welcome, I guess.
No. He didn't hear me say thanks at the end. He was probably already gone by that point, but he had to think to himself, this is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever done.